What's going on? Dear Unity, UNITY. Oh, UNITY, that's spell unity. Dear Unity, this is the year of 2024. Today is January the 21st, 2024. Okay, yeah, let me make sure. Okay, today is the 21st. Okay, so it's like around 1 in the afternoon on a good Sunday. So, anybody that don't know, public service announcement, Dear Unity is like a diary for me. It's like an open video diary that I just do and talk about things and vent and stuff like that. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you do subscribe to my channel. I am on the road to at least 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 plus, because I'm going to speak it into existence. Like, I want more than that, and I know that that is going to come to pass. So let's jump right on into it. What have I been up to? So really, to be honest with you guys, I have been not hectic far as like, just I'm moving. I'm in the process of moving. I have moved, and I am just so grateful because I really wanted to do a story time, honestly, about what's the first story time that I wanted to do. I wanted to do a story time about the horrible thing that I had went through with a set of apartments that I had, stayed in 2 years ago. And I stayed there for like 3 or 4 years. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. The first two places that I ever stayed in, oh my God, it was so horrible. Like, it really was horrible. I mean, it was good, but then let me tell y'all something. When it's time for you to level up, that was another thing that I had to understand. Like, God will sometimes make you uncomfortable in situations until you get out of them. And sometimes, even though, we get comfortable, we don't want to do it because we're used to it, or we're, fearful of what the future might hold. He will make you uncomfortable. And I think in both of those situations, especially, I got too comfortable. And I'm trying to tell y'all, God had to literally, pull me by my head. You know what I'm saying? By my neck. He's like, girl, if you don't come on, because I put you in this situation for a stepping stone, but this is not where you're supposed to be. And he took me out kicking and screaming, not because I wanted to stay in there. It's just the fact of I was scared of the fear of the unknown. It was mostly because of that. So I am going to encourage anybody that's out there, please do not, you know what I'm saying, base your decisions in whether it's your relationship, whether it's your place of living or your job place. Do not base your answers and stuff like that dealing with fear. Like, you like, oh, what if this don't work out? What if this happen? Like, first of all, what else? Why are you so busy concerned about the what if? What's the worst that can happen? And the only thing, like I said, for instance, I remember seeing something. It was like, what's the worst that can happen? They can just say no, or you don't get it. And I have noticed, even with my dealing with life and stuff like that, period, God is really, putting me in a situation where, like, he automatically just, I'm not overthinking the situation, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not overthinking it. Whatever is meant for me to have is going to have. I'm going to get it. I'm going to have it. So if I do apply for something, or if I do set my path on to go a certain type of way and it doesn't work out, then I don't have no ill will. Like, I'm not morping over it. I'm not, oh my God, I can't believe this happened to me. I don't care, because I know it's a minor setback for a major comeback. I could be over here thinking and, praying about, oh, I want, at least a two-bedroom and this, and that. And God set up here, and his plan is way bigger than what I could imagine. So I do want to sit up here and say that, like, if you're dealing with any type of fear, get that out your mind. Okay, so first thing is, like I said, and say, I have moved into my new place. Oh my God, you guys, like, I didn't really want to say nothing in my other videos, is because that, sometimes it is good to don't spill everything until it happens. because you don't know. And don't get me wrong, with my YouTube channel, I want to be transparent, because you never know what might help people. But I have learned that I tends to overshare, and I have been disappointed in the past. Like, I'm talking about thinking that something was fit to happen. I'm literally, all I gotta do is pick up a key, because everything else had went through. And then next thing you know, something happened, like, oh, we had a misunderstanding, or oh, we end up, giving this, or oh, it's gonna take more time, or we're sorry. So I could not really say anything about my new situation until I got the key. You guys, I got the key back in December. I got the key back into December. Like, I'm just now, today is the 21st. I'm just now basically saying something. So, because I had finally, did all my moving, out of my old place or whatever. And so I'm just in the process of trying to set up. But when I tell y'all, this time last year, I might even have a video of it. But this time last year, 2023, I remember back in February, I remember seeing something on TikTok, and I was staying in these certain apartments that I was so depressed. I was so down and out. And I never forget, I literally sit up here and seen something. It said, write out your plan. Write out a plan. And when you write out your plan, be very detailed about it. Like, do not just sit up here and be like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want a car, I want this or that. No, write what kind of car, what kind of apartment. Like, set up your vision of your apartment, or your house, or whatever you desire. Make sure it's very detailed, because sometimes you might get blessed with what you put down on your list. I never forget Tabitha Brown book, when I read Tabitha Brown book, and she said a prayer, and she said it too. She's like, be very detailed when you're making your vision, because, for example, you asking for a mansion, God bless you with a mansion, but you never asked for the financial, the finance part of it. You never asked for the finance part of it. And so therefore, now you in this big mansion, but now you gotta move, because you sitting up here asking for this, but you didn't ask for the financial part of it. You didn't ask for certain things that is going to keep up the maintenance of it. And I just remember her saying that about a BMW. She said she asked, oh God, I really want a BMW, because she liked it. She said next thing you know, she got it, and then the maintenance. Then you have to deal with the maintenance and the repairs, and it was kind of like, yeah, I ended up getting it and I could afford it, but I didn't think about the long runs of it. So that's even when it come down to a place you stay. Long story short, I made a list, and I was very detailed. God really have a funny way of doing things, because I had moved April 2023. Truth be told, it was at the last minute. I was supposed to be out of the apartments that, the dreadful apartments that I was staying in, like literally in March. Now, luckily, it was already a situation. I think the weather was bad around that time. We were snowed in a couple of times. And on top of that, the way I had, set it up, it was to the point where I already had put in my notice, but I had already filed retaliation against them. So they low key was trying to make sure I get out of there as safe as sound, because I had already kind of had a backstory for them, far as like, if something was to happen to me or anything like that. That's how bad these apartments was, how crooked the people in the office was. I had put it in place where, if something was to happen, or if they would try to like tarnish my name or my reputation when I try to move, then I can file a lawsuit on them. And it was like so to tease. That's why I tell people all the time, read your paperwork. People will try to get over on you. People will try to, mislead you. And just because that was another thing, I don't really want to go into too much details. I just feel like that where I was staying at the time, it was in the hood. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It was literally in the hood. Ain't nothing wrong with the hood. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. People treat you a certain type of way because they feel like the environment. So by me being the type of person where, I had respect. When people reaching out to me, I had respect. you know, as far as like the way I presented myself. I don't smoke and I don't drink. I'm not saying that that's something, you know, that makes you a certain type of person, but the way I carried myself and, you know, went to work and took care of my kids and mind my business, that environment wasn't meant for me, because you're around and you're surrounded by, you know, drugs and killings and stuff like that. When I had moved into the place back in April, I promise you, me and my kids, the crazy thing about it was, the simple fact is that we would stand, it was so quiet because we had ended up moving to the suburbs. It was so quiet to the point where we was more nervous. Like, we was like, oh my God, it's so quiet. Like, why is it so quiet? We could hear a pin drop. We coming from, you know, they out there squabbling, they smoking, they shooting dice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got drug dealers, prostitutes, crackheads. Like, that's how bad it was. And then when we moved over there, you know, over here to the suburbs, we was like, we more paranoid. We whispering in the house. It was giving spooky vibes. But I thank God for that, because I even wrote that down in my plan, for as I what did I want in a new place. And I worked my behind off. I ended up picking up a second job. I was already at a job for over 10 years, but I ended up picking up a second job. And I really do feel like that by me being dedicated to my goals and to, you know, what I wanted to pursue and wanted a better life, God ended up blessing me in the end. Long story short, I made a list. Tell my long story short, and I didn't invent it. February the 2nd, 2023. I wrote down everything I wanted in the place. When I tell y'all, the apartment that I just moved out of, it was great. It was good. I have nothing bad to say about those apartments. But it was still like, you know, technical difficulties. Like, I'm not trying to be like, not typical. It was kind of just like, dang, you know, like, I like it, but, you know, I have to do certain things. And I was really, not on point with my income, far as like I'm staying over here but my income is not matching up. So it became, I was working more and I'm not enjoying, you know, the fruit of my labor. You see what I'm saying? And I was like, God, please put me in a situation where, you know, I'm able to spend time with my kids. I'm able to focus on, you know, my goals and my dreams, and I'm able to enjoy, you know, the things that I am working hard for. And so, y'all, December, at the beginning of December, I had got a call from these places that I had applied for 2022. And let me tell y'all, when I kid you not, I was just watching one of my Dear Unity videos. That's the first video that went viral. When I tell y'all, I literally was on there talking about these apartments. This was back in 2022. This is 2024. They had called me December, at the beginning of December. The lady had stood up here and said, hey, your name came up from the waiting list. You know, we do have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, town home ready. Yes. So I was at work in my break room. I just was like, I couldn't believe it, because remind you, I had applied for a 2 and a 3 back then. They didn't have no availability. But like I say, I would have did a 2 because I was just like, I want to get over here. This is the location I want to be in. When I tell y'all, when I moved to my other apartment that I just got out of, they had called me. But I was like, I'm sorry. I just signed the year, you know, lease. I don't want to break it because, you know, I'm looking at my credit and stuff like that. I said, I don't like to do stuff like that. But just keep me on there for a 3 because I had already moved into a bigger 2. So I was like, just keep me in for a 3. So now, not trying to be funny, it was already a myth going around that, let's just keep it real, it's impossible to get a 3-bedroom at this location. It's impossible because they're like 9 times out of 10, if you've been staying over there and you have a 1 or 2, if you want to upgrade, they're going to give their tenants the first dibs. So when the lady called me, it was at work, I was on my break. And I just began to be like so overly excited. I was like very emotional, you guys, because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, what? And I had already been saying that, God, if you put me in position or you give me the opportunity to, say more and do type of stuff, I'll go. I won't question it. I won't be overthinking it. I won't be over here talking about, well, what if this is, I'm going, I'm leaving. God, give me this opportunity again, because then I know how to handle it. I'm going to show you that I'm coming after everything that I said that I wanted. And God had blessed me with it. Literally at it's to me, it's like a basketball game. It was at the last minute crunch time, fit to hit that three, and this is the game point. Literally, you guys, everything fell into place. I had this on my list February the 2023. By the end of December, God had blessed me with everything that was on my list when it came down to finding a new place. Remind y'all, I just moved out of a 2-bedroom. I wasn't tripping because, I did sit on my list. I said the next place, I just wanted to be more square footage than my original place was. So when God blessed me with that too, it was actually bigger than where I was just moving from the two, and it was cheaper. So I was like, okay, I'm cool with it. But now God has blessed me with everything that I had desired on my original list. I'm not gonna lie, it's like one or two things, but I'm willing to work with it. I'm gonna make it do what it do, because at the end of the day, this is what I pray for, this is what I ask for. So I'm just telling you guys, make a list when it comes down to your living situation, your job situation, or relationship. You see what I'm saying? Like, make a list of the things that you want, and then let it see. As you can see on my vision board for this year, that's one thing that I can, scratch off my list. But in reality, what I'm going to do is I'm going to because I told God I'm not going to get comfortable, because I'm the type of person, I get so comfortable in a situation to the point where it does take a lot to remove me. So I was like, God, I'm not going to get comfortable. And what I mean by comfortable is that I'm not going to sit up here and be like, all right, thank you for giving me what I want, that's it. No, thank you. Now, what's the next step? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to take advantage of being able to save more money. I'm going to be taking advantage. Like, you guys, the best thing, this was my kids' Christmas gift. You see what I'm saying? To they don't want for anything, but this was my kids' Christmas gift. You guys, it is very, it means a lot to be a single mother and you're able to provide and work hard. This is what I'm doing it for. And by me being faithful, by me still paying my tithes, and not even, but probably barely having $10 in my account. Now, I ain't never had zero, but I just not having enough money. And it's just the simple fact is that now I'm able to save money where I can invest. I'm able to save more money where I can take my kids out and do type of stuff. Even with my job situation. Okay, bam. So when it comes down to my job situation, this is another thing too. When it comes out to job and stuff like that, I just want to sit up here and say, like, your tongue is a powerful thing. Don't be so quick to shut stuff down. I was so quick. Like, I had got an opportunity to do like an interview, and it's not like an interview, but it's like a pre-interview. You have to be nominated. Like, your managers now have to see something in you to, like, interview with this corporation. So I was, I feel like Brown, who put me on about it? But my managers, they had decided, they've been wanting me to take a certain position and role, and I kept denying it. But then, now the day of the interview, it was sprung up on me. I was mad. I was kind of mad. I was mad and nervous because I just feel like, why did you just now tell me last minute? I want to be prepared. I want to do that. But sometimes God don't want us to be prepared. He just want us to be obedient. So I was like, man, what you mean? Like, golly, like, y'all just not telling me. So I was a nervous wreck. Anyways, the following day of the interview, I just remember being so nervous. I was calling around one of my friends. He works for the company too. So I called him and he kind of gave me a rundown on it. He eased my nerves. And then even when I had finally went before the board and I was talking to them, they even eased our mind. Crazy thing about it, they was like, because we all have to do we was like orientation or whatever, we all had to introduce ourselves. And it reminds y'all, I'm like this. Now I'm a talker, but it's just the simple fact is I was already, my nerves was kind of still a wreck. So the people on the board kept telling us like, hey, don't be nervous. It's just, it's not a right or wrong answer. Please relax. And so once it was time for us to introduce ourselves, yeah, I had the best intro. Like to the point where they was laughing. It actually made the other candidates, like the other people that was in there, they even was kind of laughing because it kind of made their nerves kind of like, okay, cool. So once I did that, y'all, I was on the road. Like I was like, yo, let's go. Let's go. What's the question? Okay. And I was just being myself. But I said that to say this is that I'm going to stop turning down opportunities because I don't see that's something that I want. It's a lot of things that I feel like that I don't want, but God is probably putting me in a position because listen, you need this training or you need this help or you need to be in this position because where I'm gonna take you, you're gonna need this experience. So stop limiting yourself. I'm saying this because I'm preaching to myself. Stop limiting yourself to certain things because you feel like, oh no, I'm just good right here. Okay, but that ain't. I already know your plan. What they say, tell God what your plan and watch him start laughing. Cause we might be thinking like I'm just chilling where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? God probably got you in a situation where he like you over here, you over here in this situation just content with being a 9 to 5. I'm trying to put you in a position to own one of these. To have more than enough income to everything that you desire. Once again, trust me. Stop being disobedient. So I took it at that. And so, like I said, friends say, they're going to give back to the people. And it really was just a thing to prepare you, and to kind of like, set a goal and a plan of what you want out the company. So I appreciate that. And I said to myself, thank God for, I'm saying, just even, I know I kind of got a little weary, but nevertheless, it's on and popping. Okay, so so um religion. I really don't want this video to be too long, but I'm trying to get all this stuff down because like I said, this is my diary. Matter of fact, this is my diary. Yeah, so I'm going to ramble a little bit, but this is for me because I love to look back at all my old videos of me going through, and I want to know what was my mindset, what was I talking, how was I feeling, how was I looking, period. So anyways, religion. So anybody that knows my I don't really want to get too deep into the religion part of this situation, but nevertheless I just sit up here and say that I am a preacher grandchild, and I really do feel like that I personally do I don't know as much as I would like to know, and I really am looking for a situation, or just I want to get into a routine where I know the word, or I want to be influenced by different type of. Okay, let me reword this. I'm having an issue with getting into the religion now. I'm a Christian, and that's how we was brought up, non-denomination. My grandpa is a pastor, but as an adult, it's crazy because it's like I went to church all the time. We had a wonderful youth ministry, everything. I participated. I was a praise dancer, everything. But as an adult, my urge and my passion and my desire to get to know God for myself is different from when I was younger. Because I ain't gonna lie, back in the day, we in church, I'm eating hot Cheetos, with my best friend. We sleeping during church. We're in church, but we're not getting the understanding. And so I haven't had a desire to like go into a church building. And it's not because of the stuff that's going on that's like, like it's some drama or something. It's more so of I'm just like, I need to know him and have an understanding for myself. And I just feel like the things that I want to know in the relationship I have right now, I'm searching for it. And what I mean by is that, like, for example, when I read the Bible, and maybe I can get some advice for somebody who look at this video. When I read the Bible, but it's giving confusion. Thou shalt not, thou L 18 D. I don't even like English like that. So it's kind of like when I read the King James Version, it's frustrating because it's like my attention span is like all over the place when it comes down to it. So don't get me wrong, I got the new, the NIV version, but I really do want to see if somebody was out there, or a podcaster or influencer that I can listen to, and then I can literally get an understanding of when they break down the word. Like, I be needing scenarios, if they make any sense. Like, say for example, you read the scripture, I need a person that's gonna be like, okay, so this is what they're saying. Jesus said, I could have rolled up on you. You see what I'm saying? But I let you make it because you was with your crew. But I told you to look after me. You know what I'm saying? Follow me. And then I will make for sure you good, but you don't want to be good because you want to hang out with the ops. Now I know that's a little extreme, but that's how that's how I want the word to be broken down to me. And I think that's where I'm like, I want to be to the point where it's like I'm so into it. Like, cause I thought a lot of people always be like, the Bible is good. The Bible is good. Like, they be like, oh man, you talking about a scandal, you talking about stories. They be saying that the Bible be giving the juice. But when I read it, it's giving confusion. So I am going to be, shout out to this lady named Bella. She's on YouTube. I follow her. This lady's so good. Like, she's like a prime example of what I feel like that'll do good. Even with her, she just posted a video the other day, but she was just so on point. But it's like, I really do want to look into stuff and like get closer to God and know that this is the religion that I want to follow. I don't have nothing against nobody else's religions and stuff like that, because one thing about it, even my little brother, he converted into another religion years ago, like over 10 years ago, and he's still content. You see what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that it wasn't just because he just was like, oh, this look good, it sound good. My brother actually did the research, and that's the reason why I can respect whatever religion he is, because he don't try to put it off on nobody. But then at the end of the day, it's like, I did my research, this is what I wanted to do, this is what I'm into, and I can respect it. That's the same way I want to do when I get into religion. Whatever I decided to be or whatever, I want to know for a fact, this is the religion that I want to follow. This is the religion that, I'm comfortable with, that I understand. And hey, so if anybody out there that's looking at this video, if you know any podcasters, whatever, like Bible study, like books or anything that I probably can read and look into, that you feel like that will help me on my journey, please let me know. I will give a further update of that. Okay, so next thing is relationship. So I don't want to share my business. So relationship wise, so I'm single, but I'm interested, like, I'm looking for it. I'm not looking for nothing. So let's get an understanding. So whoever looking at this video, if you really taking out the time to listen to me talk, I appreciate it. But let me let y'all know something. I don't look, and because it's, first of all, the word says he that finds, not she. At the end of the day, whatever man finds me, baby, the man is the hunter. I'm chilling, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like this. A man knows what he wants, and he knows who he's going to change his ways, or, the person that he wants to confide in and trust and love on. I do not want to be that person to feel like, oh yeah, I'm looking where the man is at. What is that? Baby, that ain't my place. Because I don't never want a person to feel like they with me because of, oh, I'm with her because it's crazy, because I remember hearing a saying like, don't ever date a person that's more into you than you into them. Like, far as like women wise, like, women don't be dating no man that you're more into. And I believe that. Hey, leave a comment below, because it could be some men out there to be like, yeah, that's true. So I feel that way. Like, I just feel like whatever man come to me, I'm not gonna give y'all what I want in a man. You're not gonna get that. That's a cheat code. And some of y'all still be feeling with the cheat code. I'm like, this is what I want in a man. And then that's like, he looks at it and he it still failed the test. So I know what I want once I get it. Because if it's in you, it's in you. Sorry, y'all, this weird. But if it's in you, it's in you. It's not going to be a situation where I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of confused and I don't know what's going on and stuff like that. It's going to be a understanding like, oh, yeah, like this is you, the woman that I want, you, what I desire. And then, we're going to pray. We're going to see. We're going to vibe. So when it comes down to a relationship, I'm not looking, but I am taking applications. Like what's up? Like if you really a baddie, then only time will tell. And I really do feel like that. I have a certain person in my life that I feel like that will definitely, be that person for me. But only time will tell. I mean, truth be told, like I said in one of my videos, I said y'all won't know until, and I'm in a relationship until I pop up and I'll be like, oh, here go the y'all gonna see me in a wedding dress or with a ring on. Like I was married and that's it. That's all I'm gonna give y'all. But yeah, so that relationships and forest, I think that's gonna be it because we had 30 minutes and I don't want to push it. I'll talk about my other ideas and journeys on another video, but those was like the main thing, you guys. So yeah, y'all see my noodle shirt. Yeah, I love noodles so bad. Like the infatuation with noodles is crazy. Look at this. I have a noodle pillow. I have a noodle shirt. I have to eat a bowl of noodles a night. I don't care if I just came out to eat. I don't care if I just made dinner. Like literally, I'm eating a bowl of noodles if I come with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can be like, oh, I'm for get ready to go to bed. I gotta eat some noodles. Be full, but hey, I gotta eat some noodles. But yeah, nevertheless, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up because this video too long. But if you have stayed, I appreciate it. Thank you. Because my dear unities ain't hidden like they used to, but nevertheless, like I tell people all the time, like I do these videos is more so for me because I love going back, and as you can see, I've been doing dear unity videos since 2020. I think 2020, since COVID. So I love to go back and look at my growth and my mindset. And crazy thing about it, like that's exactly what I did. Like last week, I was at work and I was like, let me look at some of my old, because I don't watch none of my videos after I posted them sometimes. So looking at some of those videos, it kind of brought tears to my eyes, and it just kind of really it's motivation. So if you have stayed this long and you watched it, I appreciate it. I appreciate anybody that have listened to any of my videos, that have said anything, have subscribed, have liked, have commented. I appreciate it, you guys. Like one day I'm be, set up somewhere else, and I'm gonna remember the people that was here for me when I only had 600 followers, 500 followers. I still got the day when I had 10 followers, and I appreciate it because what people fail to realize is that subscribing is free. And some people won't do that. You can support a person and it costs you $0. $0. Word of mouth go a long way. You posting something, you saying something, you encouraging somebody. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Support is free. Nobody's saying that you have to buy something. Oh yeah, now if I post something and I'm separately, like, hey, you can buy this if you want to. That's me being, me being an influencer or whatever. Yes, it's going to be times where